you can toughen the mind that much, but you have to remember that if you read, if you look through history, people used to be a lot tougher than today. I mean, if you look at the Spartans, the history of the Spartans, I mean, this was a tough culture. Our toughest guys today would be an average Joe there. So the limits of human potential are far greater than what we see in terms of toughness today. Our societies are pretty soft these days, comparatively, right? We've dominated nature now. We have it at our beck and call now. You want a warm drink, you snap your fingers. You want a burger, it's a couple of bucks. You don't have to go and tame nature anymore. We've taken care of that. So we've become softer psychologically, but men who wrestle and box, they're still cultivating that culture. So for me, yes, it's 100% feasible for everyone. It's just how you're raised and how you condition yourself. Everybody needs a certain amount of toughness. And today we have more resources, but more depression in the history of mankind. Why? Because we're so mentally weak. And that's why I say it's important to do combat sports. Not important to fight. I don't agree it's important to fight. That's for a certain select few who want to pursue that lifestyle. But you got to cultivate a toughness. And that's by wrestling, boxing, jiu-jitsu. How many of the greatest men in the world were wrestlers? 99% of them. From Plato to Leibniz, they all wrestled. Okay? They all did some type of physical work. Not all of them, but the majority of them. And because everything, after wrestling, everything is simple, You're not going to give up. Wrestling teaches you not to give up, to work hard. And I see people sometimes, I have a depression. It's like, what are you depressed about? We are the billionaires of human history. If you think about it, if you put all of human history on a timeline, we are the richest, most comfortable, most disease-free in terms of like the killer diseases, the plagues, and we're still crying, we're still miserable, etc. I mean, it's pathetic. Really, it is. There were kings in the past that didn't have the luxuries we have today. If you're living at the line of poverty, you're still living better than 99% of human history. You still have a warm bed. You still have food. You have running water. You have a toilet, for goodness sakes. I mean, these are incredible things, but the mind is so warped that it only sees that it doesn't have. It doesn't see what it does have. And toughness is a huge factor in that. People are so mentally weak that they can't even enjoy the greatest time in human history.
Okay, I get it, but
I have some pretty significant theories. I think that people are way too soft. I think it's way too easy to stay alive, and I think we've never, ever had that in human history. And I think that we're overbreeding because of it at a ridiculous rate, and I think there's a bunch of people out there that have no business fucking and or having kids.
Well, you just turned very serious.
I'm fucking serious. I think it's not their fault. It's no one's fault. It's just the cycle that we're in. We're in a cycle of safety. We're in a cycle of safety. We're in a cycle of recreational outrage. People are getting outraged at things that don't make any sense. The reason why? There's no life-threatening fucking situations that are constantly at your door. There's no wolves. There's no fucking, nothing's going wrong. So we're going after words. You can't say retard anymore. Don't say tranny. We're getting outraged about shit that doesn't make any sense.
Well, that's more of a product of the internet.
There's that
than
too.
Survival.
Those are bad examples.
Having wolves come at your door. I think that's just a product of the internet, people being able to react to something, and people being able to gather together on something and then start a petition.
Yeah, those are bad examples. Retarded is not a bad example because it's like that doesn't mean a disease. It just means someone who's slow to get things.
Yeah.
We shouldn't automatically imply that you're picking on someone with a mental illness. And in fact, when people initially had Down syndrome, when the birth certificates would come, it would call them a mongoloid idiot. That would be like what it would be listed on the actual birth certificate.
Yeah.
Mongoloid
idiot. Very straightforward.
Yeah. It's very straightforward and very bizarre.
Harsh.
It's hard times. These are hard times we're talking about. It's good. Look, everything is good. It's better to be alive right now. This is as good as it gets. This is a beautiful time. But we're going to get things like that. We're going to get things like that Trump thing because it's so fucking easy to stay alive.
It is easy to be alive. But
easy as
it's fun.
fuck.
It's fun for it to be easy to be alive.
Exactly.
I was at my friend's house.
We just got to balance back.
Yeah.